Great day, everyone. Ed Dudley coming at you again with another connected conversation. And I have a newest friend of mine coming from across the ocean over in Lagos, South Africa. Miss Ola, how are you today? Nigeria, I'm sorry. Oh God, yes. Lagos is not in South Africa. It is in Nigeria. And it's hours away, just so you guys know. But I got the Lagos part right.
Yeah, you got the Lagos part right. Yep.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm fine, thanks. I'm really good. Yeah.
That's good. Well, I just want to doing great. Thanks for asking. We've had several conversations, got a chance to just chat a little bit and get to know each other. And I just said, you know what, I have to get her introduced to some of my network and some of the people over here in the States that would love to know what you're doing professionally these days. I think you're doing something absolutely great. So if you don't mind introducing yourself and what you do.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Olatowun Candide-Johnson, and I am a lawyer by training and by profession actually, as well as an entrepreneur now. So I have over 30 years of legal experience in corporate, commercial, oil and gas law. I also worked in business development, governance, risk management, etc. During the course of my career, which is a long one, I kind of practiced law, worked in shipping, logistics, ending up with oil and gas. My last corporate job was with the Total Group, where I held several roles, but the last of which were general counsel, chief compliance officer, executive general manager in charge of management services, etc. And management services was sort of legal, audit, insurance, anti-corruption compliance. And then between 2014 and 2016, I decided to go back to school, where so I thought that I needed some skills, some business skills. And so I studied for and obtained the Global Executive MBA, which is known as the Triumph Global Executive MBA, which is awarded by the London School of Economics, LSE, NYU Stern, and HSC in Paris. And then after many years of corporate life, I decided that it was time for me to build something for myself, something that I was, sort of passionate about. And this is what, and so GAIA Africa was birthed in 2018. And apart from GAIA Africa, I dabble in other things, a few other things. I sit on boards. And yeah, I am a mentor to a number of women, actually, mostly.
Oh, right.
And so GAIA Africa is a members-only club that's situated in Lagos, Nigeria, and it's dedicated to serving what we call Africa's top 5% female C-suite executives, business founders, senior professionals, public officers, and experienced creatives. And we like the mix. The more diverse we are, the more innovation will come from this group. So, so GAIA sort of caters to this select, leading, and experienced woman who is looking to establish what we call bonds for impact in her life, and as well as in her business, of course. And so for this, we provide what we call a safe third space, which enables business connections, partnerships, collaborations, with a very, very strong element of trust, sort of like in there, because you won't do anything with anyone if you don't trust them. So we kind of like our members to bond. I mean, the truth is that I've always been sort of driven by the conviction that serious and authentic women are a great resource and support in general for each other. And especially when they've reached sort of like a very high level in their profession, or the top of their profession or their chosen field, because it can be a very lonely space. And because, when you're there, you can sort of empathize with other women and you kind of like understand. And, or even if you haven't walked the same sort of route, you can sort of empathize and understand, what they're going through. And so, I think we're also beginning to understand now how important it is for us to share, you know, to sort of like, sort of expand our networks. I think it's important now we understand that sharing ideas, partnering with each other in business, collaborating, and sort of like benefiting from the wider network from, you know, that comes from, you know, groups like this is very, very important. Of course, you know, not everyone is sort of keen on this, right? So there are some skeptics still who don't particularly enjoy this sort of women together thing, but you know, I'm sold. And so I believe very strongly that GAIA Africa will contribute to solving, you know, some of these challenges, which, you know, include the big gap that there is between, you know, the genders on, you know, corporate boards and all the other stuff. And I think, you know, also there are very, very few private spaces for women leaders to sort of connect, to share interests, to form strong friendships as well, and to learn together, sponsor each other, support each other. And, you know, as I said, because trust is a very huge element to this, you know, it's one of our it's one of our values. So we sort of, all our interactions are sort of based around the values of mutual trust, integrity, authenticity, etc.
Right.
Yep. So yes.
Love it. I absolutely love it. So the question I ask everyone, and I'm real interested in hearing your take as being across the ocean. How are things going in Lagos, considering everything that's been going on in 2020? Right. I know we've had a pandemic over here in the States. I know there's been some civil unrest due to injustice. What have you guys been experiencing over in Lagos so far this year?
Well, so we were shut down from about, I think, April till sort of early July, or I think maybe June. I think in June we started to open up a little bit, and then a little bit more in July. And so now, I mean, like, a lot of people are still working from home. But if you go out on the streets, though, you know, the traffic is back. So it seems to me like, you know, things are back to normal. We haven't had, you know, like, you know, thankfully, great numbers of, you know, sort of COVID deaths. And so I talk about deaths because even if we're not doing, you know, massive or you know, large scale testing, you know, we're not, you know, we're certainly not reporting any deaths. I mean, like, hardly any deaths. So I kind of believe that we have a little bit of some sort of immunity here anyway. I don't know what it is yet, but I think there is something like that. Of course, the economy, yes, has stalled. You know, the currency has taken a bit of a hit as well. And so, you know, it's a little bit, it's slow, but, you know, we're very optimistic. We continue to be optimistic. Have to be.
Have to be. We have to be. Things will get better. I think this was a resting period, you know, in spite of everything that's going on. I think it's really a time for our community as a whole across the globe to just sit back, take a deep breath, and focus on the things that are important, and stop for a little while. Because we were all so busy running around, but it caused us to stop, spend more time with family and friends and reconnect with people. So so there was a blessing in COVID as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a hard stop. I mean, I think somebody mentioned that it was something like an audit or something. I don't know, some sort of hard stop. Anyway, everybody just stop and reassess your life, you know. And you know, there have been many opportunities, including lots of learning opportunities, right? So apart from death by webinar, you know, because sometimes you kind of lose control of this whole, you know, you're just constantly, you know, online, and it can get difficult. But I think most people are upbeat and, you know, hoping for the best. I guess we have to, you know, that has to be the case.
I love it. So what are you working on right now that you can share with us?
So apart from, you know, sort of like, you know, day-to-day club activities, The biggest element of it is the remodeling of the clubhouse, which, you know, we're really, really wanting to sort of like finish all the work by the end of this year, so that we can open next year. And so, of course, with COVID, we had to stop, clearly, for many months. And before that, we were, you know, we had a number of iterations for the design of the clubhouse. So, so anyway, now, you know, with the contractors are back on site, and I'm just really hoping for the best.
Oh, great. I absolutely love it. So how can people find you if they want to connect with you and learn more about GAIA Africa? How can they find you?
So we're on all the social media channels. On Instagram, we're GAIA Africa. On LinkedIn, we're GAIA Africa. On Twitter, we're GAIA Africa Club. And what else are we on? Oh, yes, and of course we have a website, which is www.gaiaafricaclub.com. Yes, I think that's basically it, yes.
Oh, well, I absolutely love it, and I love what you're doing. And I'm excited to announce that we are connected. We'll be collaborating with GAIA Africa. And what we're going to do is club members of GAIA Africa, we're going to interview them here on We Are Connected Conversation to basically highlight some of the amazing things that some of our sisters are doing over in Africa. So I'm excited about the collaboration with GAIA Africa to be able to highlight some of our sisters over in Lagos and beyond.
Excellent. Yes, we're excited too.
Yeah, well, so everyone stay tuned. So Ola, I thank you for your time today. I know you're very busy women, got a lot of things going on, but we appreciate you creating that third safe space for women. Once again, this has been another Connected Conversation. Stay tuned for some amazing people, especially some amazing people coming out of Africa in the future months. So once again, until I talk with you guys again, everyone be blessed. Take care.
Thank you. Bye for now.
And we're done.